Let me tell you my story, and I'm sure you'll be shocked. I have a surprise for you at the end of the video, and I can't wait to share it. Let's get started. My name is Sophia, and my desires know no bounds. I want to try everything you can imagine. I'm 40 years old and part of a typical American family. I've been married to my husband Ethan for 10 years. Ethan seemed like a reliable husband and a loving father, but what I went through last year took me to my core and made me question my entire life. What I'm about to tell you is how it all started and how it completely turned my life upside down. That day started like any other. Over breakfast, Ethan told me that a friend of his from Africa, someone he hadn't seen in a long time, would be staying with us for a few weeks. His name was Marcus. Ethan explained that he and Marcus had been close friends since college, and that they had always played an important role in each other's lives. At first I was okay with the idea, but things started to get strange. Once Marcus moved in, Marcus was charming and confident. From the moment he stepped into our home, he carried this powerful energy. His way of interacting with people, his charisma, and even how much attention he paid to small details surprised me. At first, I was glad Ethan had such a cheerful and lively friend, but over time, the energy in the house started to feel mixed with something unsettling. A few days after Marcus arrived, Ethan announced that he was going on a business trip. This wasn't unusual for him, so I didn't think much of it. But once Ethan left, Marcus's behavior started to change. He kept complimenting me, telling me how mesmerizing my eyes were, or how genuine my smile seemed. At first, I didn't pay much attention to these compliments, but after a while, I started to feel there was something more behind them. One night, Marcus was sitting in the kitchen talking about Ethan's younger years while pouring me a glass of wine. His tone became more personal as the conversation went on. What he said both surprised and unsettled me. The things Marcus shared about Ethan revealed how different he had been during his college years. On the one hand, I laughed at these stories, but on the other, I couldn't shake this uneasy feeling growing inside me. That night, my conversation with Marcus in the kitchen became deeper and more intimate as we talked. The warmth of the wine brought back memories from the past and intertwined them with the present. At one point, Marcus paused, looking straight into my eyes, as if he wanted to say something important. A slight smile appeared on his face, but at the same time, he remained serious. "Sophia," Marcus said, his voice suddenly softer yet firm. "There's something I need to share with you from my conversations with Ethan. It might sound strange, but I want to be honest." My heart started racing. At that moment, I could sense that whatever Marcus was about to say wasn't going to be an ordinary confession. I nodded slightly, encouraging him to continue. "Ethan didn't invite me here just because of our old friendship. He went on, he wants the bond between us to deepen in a more meaningful way. He even suggested that the three of us could spend, how should I put it, more enjoyable times together." For a moment, I struggled to grasp what Marcus meant, but the expression on his face made it clear that he wasn't joking and had given this some serious thought. I was silent for a few seconds, stunned and unsure of what to say. Marcus broke the silence. "Ethan specifically accepted this business trip so we could have time to get comfortable with each other and build a connection. I know this idea might surprise you, but I wanted to give you the space to think freely and explore this opportunity." His words left me both shocked and strangely intrigued. After so many years of marriage, I couldn't quite pinpoint how such a bold suggestion made me feel. On one hand, I was wondering how Ethan could agree to this, while on the other, Marcus's reassuring tone and gaze stirred a different emotion within me. "This is definitely unusual," I finally said. but at the same time, it feels like an exciting change and a new beginning. Marcus's face showed relief and a hint of satisfaction. Sophia, this is entirely your choice, but I thought this experience might bring you happiness and perhaps add something new to your life. We talked a bit longer, trying to understand each other better and set boundaries for this situation. As time went on, the warmth of the room and the sincerity of our conversation brought us closer. Marcus's approach and respect for me made him feel like so much more than just a guest under the weight of these intense emotions. As the night progressed, the bond between us deepened. The trust we felt and the excitement we shared brought us to the edge of something new. Instead of focusing on the details, I want to share the emotional and spiritual intensity of that moment. It was both a bold step and an experience unlike anything I had ever felt before. The intense conversation and emotional connection between Marcus and me kept growing stronger. The closeness we shared in those moments deeply affected both of us. However, at one point, Marcus paused and picked up his phone. "Sophia," he said in a calm yet determined voice, "this is something we need to share with Ethan. I feel like we should tell him how we're feeling in this moment and let him know we're moving forward." As he suggested, Marcus made a video call to Ethan when Ethan's face appeared on the screen. I felt an indescribable mix of excitement and nervousness. Marcus began speaking confidently. "Ethan," he said with a slight smile, "Sophia and I have talked, and we both realized we're open to your suggestion right now. We're getting comfortable with each other. Thanks to your encouragement, we owe you our gratitude for sharing this idea with us." Ethan's face lit up with surprise. At first, then relaxed into a more content expression. "That's wonderful news," he said warmly. "It makes me so happy to know that you're both feeling comfortable." Marcus continued explaining the situation at home to Ethan. "In fact," he said with a small laugh, "we're using your bed at the moment. We thought it would be a good idea to get more used to this experience before you return." Ethan paused briefly at these words, but his expression showed no signs of anger or discomfort. On the contrary, he seemed pleased with the situation. "I'm so excited now," he said. "I think I might cut my trip short and come home sooner. I can't wait to join you." Throughout this conversation, the bond between Marcus and me grew even stronger, and the intensity of our feelings kept building. Ethan's support and understanding made this moment feel even more special. This experience was both unexpected and exhilarating for me. It marked a turning point that allowed me to understand myself and our relationships in ways I had never explored before. This moment would remain one of the most unforgettable in my life. Ethan said he wanted to come back early from his business trip, which made the moment even more intense. Marcus's calm and reassuring demeanor made me feel more at ease with the situation I was in. I had mixed emotions inside me, a blend of surprise and the excitement brought by this new experience. After ending the call, Marcus turned to me with a satisfied smile on his face. "See, Ethan truly supports this. He said this is an opportunity for all of us to create a different kind of connection." As I listened to his words, my mind was filled with countless thoughts. I was surprised by how open-minded Ethan was, yet it also opened a door for me to explore my feelings and desires more deeply. Marcus stood beside me, gently holding my hand while looking into my eyes. "Sophia, this moment is just for us. Ethan wants to know how you feel, and so do I." Those words instantly dispelled any hesitation I had. Marcus's sincere and honest approach made this experience even more meaningful for me. The time we shared was more than just physical closeness. It was a moment for me to explore my boundaries and emotions. As time went on, I began to feel the depth of the bond between us more strongly. Marcus's warmth, reassuring demeanor, and understanding made this moment unforgettable and special. Ethan's support and understanding had also been a great source of strength for me. Throughout this process, the moments Marcus and I shared that night were far beyond physical intimacy. It was a shared experience that strengthened the trust and connection we felt for one another. I felt a new excitement and a desire to explore. Within myself by morning, the warmth of the emotions I had felt during the night was still with me, as sunlight filled the room. Marcus's presence beside me was comforting. With a new day came excitement and a bit of nervousness about Ethan returning home that evening. Throughout the day, Marcus and I prepared for Ethan's arrival when Ethan walked through the door. In the evening, the energy in the house changed instantly. His warm smile as he greeted us put everyone at ease. Thank you both for deciding to share this experience. Ethan said this is an opportunity for all of us to form a special connection at the dinner table we gathered together, enjoying a pleasant conversation. Ethan brought out some wine he had brought back, saying he wanted to celebrate this new beginning. With glasses raised the sense of closeness between us, deepened our conversation, revealed the trust we had in one another, and the experiences we wanted to share. After dinner, the atmosphere became even more relaxed and warm, influenced by the wine. Ethan, Marcus, and I talked for hours in the living room. Our conversations touched not only on our daily lives, but also on the bonds we felt and how this experience had impacted us. As the night went on, the strength of the connection between all of us became more evident. This special evening symbolized an emotional and spiritual union. The moments we shared would forever hold a significant place in each of our lives. Late into the night, the bond between us grew stronger through conversations and shared moments. Ethan and Marcus stood by me once again, showing their understanding and sincerity. The trust and openness we shared enriched my life in a way I had never experienced before. Our conversation in the living room became increasingly intimate and heartfelt. As time went on, Ethan's warm smile as he held my hand and Marcus's steady presence by my side brought an indescribable sense of peace and happiness. Knowing they were there for me allowed me to fully embrace this new experience. That night was not just about physical closeness. It was a testament to the strength of the emotional connections. Each of us found joy in being part of this bond. The warmth that Ethan and Marcus made me feel turned this moment into an unforgettable experience. The moments we shared that night reminded us of the essence of unity, understanding, and love. This connection was something far beyond the physical. Having Ethan and Marcus by my side, feeling their love and care, made this moment not just special, but a turning point in my life. The days that followed were filled with a happiness and excitement I had never felt before for Ethan, Marcus, and me. The time we spent together was not just a new experience, but a unique opportunity to create a deeper connection. Every moment Marcus spent at home deepened our relationship, and each of us embraced the situ situation fully. The times we shared as a trio were filled with joy, sincerity, and laughter. Marcus's understanding, Ethan's support, and the new feelings growing within me brought us closer with each passing day. Those days became some of the most unforgettable moments of my life. But like all good things, these unique times had to come to an end. 2 weeks later, Marcus told us he had to return to work. The news brought sadness to both Ethan and me. When Marcus said, "I can't put into words how special this has been for me." There was a sparkle in his eyes as we said goodbye. I felt an emptiness inside me. But I also knew that the time we spent together had been a turning point in our lives. Ethan hugged Marcus tightly and said, "Our door is always open to you." Those words reminded me once again how important Marcus was to us. In the days following Marcus's departure, Ethan and I talked about our experience, which strengthened our bond even further. The perspective Marcus brought into our lives had laid a stronger foundation for our relationship after Marcus's departure. Our lives gradually returned to their usual rhythm. Yet, every day, I could still feel the imprint of the special moments we shared with him. Marcus's warmth, understanding, and the new perspective he brought into our lives not only strengthened the bond between Ethan and me, but also added a new vibrancy to our relationship. Ethan and I often talked about this experience, rediscovering the trust and love we shared. Marcus's influence had shown us a new path, helping us break free from monotony and understand each other better. As time passed, the unforgettable days we spent with Marcus became more than just memories reflecting on what the experience brought to us. Ethan and I began looking for new ways to bring excitement and a fresh dimension into our lives. One day, Ethan said, "Maybe we'll meet someone like Marcus again at that moment." I realized he shared the same feelings. From then on, we decided to search for someone who could share our lives and match our energy and passion. It was a new beginning for both of us. Though Marcus was in our lives, for only a short time, he taught us so much about ourselves now. As Ethan and I move forward, we are determined to make every moment more meaningful and fulfilling. We don't know what the future holds, but thanks to Marcus, our confidence and bond are stronger than ever. I still often look at the photos and videos of the time the three of us spent together. Now, my husband and I are searching for someone new to share this experience with. Who knows? Maybe it could be someone among you. If you're interested, leave a comment and like this video. Stay tuned and see you again soon.